Our economy is in crisis, and nobody is giving you the straight answers to the tough questions. That changes tonight. We're live. Your calls, your questions on the economy. Next. Hello, America. It was another record-setting day for the stock market, and not really in the good way. At one point, the Dow was down 800 points. Looks like Washington's fixed it. The largest point loss ever, and it closes over 300 points down. Our economy is in the worst shape that it has been in decades, and at this rate, we are rapidly approaching something as bad, if not worse, than what we saw during the Great Depression. But I don't need to tell you that. I've been telling you that for the last couple of years. We've been talking about this for 2 years now, and people said we were crazy. We're not. I don't need to tell you that because if you've been watching the show, you know. I don't need to tell you that because if you pay your bills, you know. You've been trying to make ends meet. You've been playing by the rules. Who the hell is talking about your financial crisis in the way that you can even understand what is coming our way and what do you do? We're trying to change that tonight. Tonight, we're going to answer all of your questions on the phone. You can get in on the discussion. You ask the question you want somebody to answer. The number is 877-SAY-BECK. That is 877-729-2325. Keep in mind, we can't answer any specific questions about specific stocks or what to do with your money specifically, mostly because I can't even really make change for a $10 bill, but everything else is fair game tonight. Joining me now is Peter Schiff, president of Euro-Pacific Capital and author of Crash Proof, How to Profit from the Coming Economic Collapse. Ali Velshi is CNN's senior business correspondent, and Stephen Moore is the economics editorial writer for the Wall Street Journal and co-author of The End of Prosperity. Okay, when I said just a minute ago that we are facing something akin to or worse than the Great Depression, Ali, I saw you nodding your head. That spooks the crap out of me.
Yeah, I think there are things that won't happen that were as bad as the Great Depression, because we do have some backstops, including the fact that the government is insuring your bank deposits, which didn't happen back then. So you won't see the bank failures that you saw back then. We've seen 15 as opposed to 1,400. There's also the ability for businesses to understand it's coming and buy less stuff so they don't get saddled with it, which allows them to bounce back. But the bottom line is we are pushing up on those unemployment numbers, and that is the most serious of all these issues.
Let me give you something that was in the Telegraph. It came out today here. Germany takes hot seat as Europe falls into the abyss. We face extreme danger unless there's immediate intervention on every front by all the major powers in the world acting in concert. We risk a disintegration of the global finance market within days. No one will be spared unless they own gold bars. We are approaching the point of no return. The only way out of this calamitous descent is shock and awe on a global scale, and even that may not be good enough. Peter. Well, I mean, this should scare you.
Yeah, but what's even scarier is that the government might actually act on that. You know, one of the things Ali said, all these backstops, they're actually going to make it worse. The government is going to turn what would have been a very severe recession into an inflationary depression. You know, they're trying to pretend that there's a problem on Wall Street, and they're trying to prevent it from getting to Main Street. It's Main Street that's a problem. Wall Street is in trouble because Main Street is broke. We've borrowed too much money, and we can't pay it back. So the lenders are feeling it first. But it's the fundamental flaws in our economy. That's the problem.
Okay, real quick, let me go to Stephen Moore. Stephen, what is the world going to look like in a year from now if these things come true? What should people know and look for and say, this is what my life is going to be like?
Glenn, I guess I'm the optimist here because I think we're more headed towards a 1970s-style recession. And don't put me in the depression column just yet, but 70s-style recession is pretty bad anyway. I mean, and I grew up in Illinois. In 1982, the unemployment rate hit 12%, twice of what it is today. Don't forget, by the way, Glenn, in 1934 or so, the unemployment rate hit 25%. So at least we're a long way from that. But I agree with Peter. Washington, not just Wall Street, Washington is the problem. Where are they getting this money? We've talked about this for months on your show. Too much debt, too much government spending. So how are they going to fix the crisis? More debt, more government spending.
All right, let me go to Dave in Nebraska now with the first question on the program. Dave, go ahead.
Well, good evening, Glenn. The question that I have that, you know, I've moved my money out of the stock market and I've got it in stable funds and we've been stocking up on food, but what good is it going to do to buy gold if nobody has any money that's worth anything? I would think I'd be better to buy perishable items than go into gold.
Well, gold is money. Gold has intrinsic value. The problem with the dollar is it has no intrinsic value. And if the Federal Reserve is going to print trillions of them to buy up all these bad mortgages and all other kinds of bad debt, the dollar is going to lose all of its value. Gold will store its value, and you'll always be able to buy more food with your gold.
Alec, I have been saying on the air, for people who just don't have money, I mean, an ounce of gold is, what, $860 or $70 today? For people who don't have a lot of money, I've been saying, look, the best thing you can do is go buy things that you know you're going to have to buy, because inflation alone, if you can buy, you see a sale going on for coats or shoes for your
kids. You have kids, why don't you know they're going to grow, you know they're going to need clothes. I don't think it's stupid. I don't think the stock market will be the failure that everybody thinks it is. I think we go lower from where we are today.
Didn't you just say that it was going to be akin to the Great Depression?
No, I'm saying that there are things about it that will be very tragic, but I don't think we're going to. I think we have enough backstops to stop us from going into that kind of a situation. The number one problem is how many jobs we keep and lose, but the stock market will be the last man standing. Bottom line is they can make money out of anything. People can still sell goods, including perishable items that you want, so someone can make money out of that. You need to be smart about it.
But you know, one of the things that has to happen, we have to lose a lot of these non-productive service sector jobs. We need real jobs where we actually make stuff, and the government is preventing this transition from happening because it won't allow the free market to function.
The free market functioning will put 5 million people out of a job.
That's real quick.
Temporarily.
Stephen, real quick.
The government will put them out of a job permanently.
Next question. Go ahead, Stephen.
Glenn, I was just going to say, you know, I don't know if it's a joke or not, but the line in Washington now is this is a time to be in cash, scotch, and fetal, as in fetal position. So, I mean, there is a lot of fear out there, but I'm going to agree with, I think actually stocks, if they fall much more, Glenn, if you look at the fundamental earnings of these companies, the PE ratios are pretty good. If the stock market falls a little bit more, I'm going to get back in this market.
I'm going to ride the wave.
A lot of those earnings are going to disappear, though.
All of you guys, let me tell you something. America, buckle up. It's going to be a very bumpy ride. Rick in Virginia. Hello, Rick.
Glenn, thank you for taking my telephone call.
You bet.
Listen, I am a scared fella. I am terrified of what's happening to the market, and I don't have a lot of money to invest. And I'm just wondering, what exactly should I do with what little bit of money I have?
All right, there are very careful places you can invest your money. Everything from a CD to a mutual fund to a money market mutual fund to cash goes in a bank. Peter's nodding his head. The bottom line is it is safe. The government will pay those bills, and when they don't, we'll be on this show to tell you they won't get paid. You're nodding your head, too.
See, you know what? I got to tell you. First of all, I don't know how much money is very little money, but I don't believe, honestly, I, at this point, don't believe in anything.
I mean, if you don't have a lot of money, just stock up. You know, there's a lot of food that you could buy that doesn't spoil. You can buy toiletries that you might need, razor blades, shaving cream, all sorts of stuff.
I mean,
cigarettes.
You don't have a lot of money.
Even if you don't smoke, you can always exchange them later on for things that you need.
Booze and smokes will always sell.
Can I tell you something? I got booze. I'm an alcoholic Mormon. I got booze stashed all over the country.
Not to drink, but to sell. Not to drink, but to sell.
To sell, to trade.
Okay, but that does underscore the point. The point is, no matter what happens in the economy, people buy food, they buy drinks, they buy cigarettes, they buy things, and the stock market is simply a way for you to buy those. You don't have to be invested in everything, but some things will sell. Lee Iacocca's father made money during the Depression selling hot dogs. People do buy stuff.
U.S. stocks will be a buy one day, not now. They're going a lot lower, especially if you adjust for inflation.
Real quick, just give me a number. What do you think stocks are going to?
When?
In the next, give me the next 6 months.
The number I got, the Dow Jones is going to be worth 1 ounce of gold. Not in 6 months, but maybe sometime in the next 5 to 10 years. Right now, the Dow Jones is worth, what, 10,000? Gold is 850. At some point, they're going to meet. They're both going to be the same number. Whether it's 5,000 Dow, 5,000 gold, 10,000 Dow, 10,000 gold, it's happening.
What do you think?
Peter should be cloned because you can't make that stuff up.
It happened twice in the last century.
Give me a number. Give me a number, Stephen.
Oh, I think I'm still kind of bullish on the market. I think in a couple of years' time, when we finally climb out of this, I think the Dow is going to go up to 15,000.